And we are in. Guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to reveal what I believe is to be the #1 mistake that most men are making in the gym that is holding them back from making the progress that they want and getting the results that they want. But before I do so, I feel like I should sort of qualify myself in this field so that you can understand where I am coming from and who I am. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Doug. I'm an online personal trainer and nutritionist. I've been doing this for 5 years now, nearly 6. In that time, I've helped over 100 people to achieve the results they want, whether that's burning belly fat, whether that's building lean muscle, whether that's just feeling better about themselves or regaining control of their health. So I have been training for a very long time. I have been, like I say, doing this professionally for 5 years now. But I've been lifting myself for about 16. I'm 36 years old. I first walked into a gym. I was actually quite late into the gym, to be honest. I went in when I was 20. And it's great to see now there's so many young guys going in who are like 14. Sorry, my virus scan is coming up. There's like 14-year-olds going in the gym. I think it's amazing, by the way. So hats off to you if you are doing that. The youngest client I ever had was 17 years old and the kid was deadlifting like 160 kilograms. I was like, good lad, like well done. But needless to say, you know, the first few years you're in the gym, you're kind of just finding your feet, whether you realize it or not. You know, you're figuring out what works, figuring out the lay of the land. There's obviously, especially if you're young, there's going to be guys who are bigger than you, guys who are more experienced than you, guys who are more confident than you. It doesn't really matter. The first few years, it's quite head down, focused on yourself, focused on your form, focused on getting stronger, looking better, whatever it might be. And so you don't really have the sort of viewpoint that someone like myself might do who's been training for a substantially long time, right? And that is the ability to sort of take a step back and look around. Like when I'm in the gym, I very rarely go on my phone. So I'm in between my in my rest periods between my sets, I am spending a lot of my time just looking around, not in a pervy stalker way, don't worry. It's very much just sort of looking and seeing what everybody's doing. I like to, you know, take inspiration from lots of different people. People are trying different exercises or maybe altering techniques a little bit. It's good to see, but more often than not, what you are seeing is a lot of people making a lot of mistakes. And I actually encourage a lot of my own clients who might be new to the gym and feel like they're lacking confidence there to do this, to take a step back and to actually look up and just to look around, because they're going into the gym thinking, everybody here must know exactly what they're doing. They must be experts. They must be so much better than me. And I say, just pause, look up and look around for 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And you will realize that the vast majority of people, probably like 80 to 90% of people, don't have an effing clue what they are doing. They're not following a training program. They're not lifting with the correct technique. And they spend most of their time just on their phone. They're basically paying money to go somewhere else other than their sofa to scroll, and dare I say it, and my God, it winds me up. They make phone calls in the gym. It's like, honestly, like, is this just the new phone box now? Like, it winds me up. I'm just like, are you serious? Like, this is insane. And then they'll leave and they'll tell all their friends they went to the gym, and then they'll also complain that they're not making the progress. But that isn't the #1 mistake. The #1 mistake that I see most guys make, and by the way, before I tell you what it is, I was guilty of this too. And I'll be real honest, I still am to this day sometimes. The #1 mistake that most guys make in the gym is ego lifting, okay? They're going in and they're lifting too heavy. And as a result of that, their form breaks down and they're not actually making any progress because they're not putting the working muscle under enough tension for it to grow. And I think there's a few very obvious reasons that people do this, and then there's some which are maybe more subconscious and more subtle. I think the obvious reasons that people do this, A, is because we, as human beings, we mimic people. So if one guy is in the gym ego lifting, other guys are more likely to copy him and ego lift as well. So you can end up with an entire gym of guys just ego lifting and thinking they're all doing the right thing because they're looking around and seeing everybody else doing the same thing, right? But 100 people saying the same thing doesn't always mean they're right. The other reason, let's be real, is we're doing it because we want to get the attention of the females, okay? Or maybe the other males, if that's how you swing, I don't really mind. But the fact of the matter is that, well, I was going to say girls, but I don't think anybody actually rates you for ego lifting. No one looks at another man and goes, whoa, look at him swinging those 22s on the bicep curls and your elbows like up here. No one rates that. You know, we've all been there, we've all done it. And I think, you know, the younger you are, not just in age, but the younger you are in sort of gym experience, the more susceptible and likely that you are to do this stuff. But honestly, guys, like, and I'm saying it with a big smile on my face because I'm here to help, and I'm here to tell you that you're not going to get anywhere doing that. All you're doing probably is increasing your chances of actually getting injured. But the other thing is as well, aside from the women not rating this, they literally will not pay you any attention for ego lifting, trust me, is that the stronger guys in the gym don't rate it either, because they have kind of probably gone through that period themselves. Everybody has done this, by the way. No one goes into the gym and doesn't ego lift. Every single person at some point in their sort of gym career has gone through a spell of ego lifting, and you will too, and that's fine. The goal is to make that phase as short as possible, because you'll go through that phase and it might be a month, it might be 10 years. Mine, honestly, was probably like 5 years. I went in there with no plan. In fact, no, I went in with no plan for like 10 years, really, honest, like 9 years, honestly. And from most of that, it was ego lifting. I was forced to stop doing the ego lifting as much, because as I got to the back end of my 20s, I started getting little niggling injuries, and your brain is effectively saying, stop being an idiot. But if you're a young buck, if you're 16, 17, 18, 25, it doesn't really matter. You're far less likely to get injured doing this stuff, and so you will just keep doing it, okay? And I understand, like I say, I really want to make this clear, like I'm not coming at this from a point where like I think I'm better than people. I'm not. I'm saying this as a guy who's 36, who's been lifting for 16 years, who's been doing this professionally for 5. I can tell you, I have been through this myself, and it doesn't get you anywhere. So the girls don't rate it, the strong guys in the gym don't rate it. And like I said, guys, not only is no one rating it, no one is giving you any kind of like, good story, bro. You won't actually get any stronger from doing it, because you're not putting the working muscles under enough mechanical tension to grow, which is the whole point of you lifting the heavy weights. And like I said, you'll probably just get injured from it eventually. So what is the solution? The solution, you know, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Lower the weight, lift with control, progressively overload slowly, be patient, and then you will make real gains. Because what people will respect and what the girls will rate is a guy who is in there acting stoic, making progress, looking swole, looking massive, looking like he actually belongs there. And the other way you've got to think about this, guys, particularly if you're a young guy watching this, I understand the pressure that you're under. I see social media now and I think, Jesus, it was bad enough when I was growing up. I do not know how the 16, 18-year-old guys are coping. They actually released a study, I don't know where it came from, but I can believe it, that said that male body dysmorphia is going to overtake female body dysmorphia for the first time in the next 5 years. And I can believe it, because the amount of steroid abuse happening now in younger and younger men is insane. The amount of photoshopping, the amount of, kids are just getting better at lighting photos as well. So they're able to, you know, they know their angles and stuff, and they're able to look a lot bigger than they are. It's insane. And if you're 16 and you're on Instagram or you're on TikTok and you're seeing these videos or you're seeing these pictures of these guys and you're like, wow, I want to get like that, and I want to get like that today. So you're going to go in and you are going to do all the stuff that we don't want you to do. You are going to, whether you call it ego lifting or not, this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be lifting with your ego. The secret, guys, is to leave your ego at the door. Because honestly, saying this as a 36-year-old man, there is no rush. You will get there in the end, but you will get there faster if you leave the ego at the door and you lift with control. Lower the weight, get the working muscles under enough mechanical tension that you can break down the fibers, have enough protein and get enough rest so that they can grow back bigger and stronger. And then I promise you, you will make more gains and you will make them far faster, okay? You've got the rest of your life to make gains, because you never win at fitness, guys. That's another thing to understand. So I will leave this video here. I've kept it nice and short. Hopefully you found this valuable. If there's anyone out there who wants any help with their coaching, with their training, drop me a message, give me a follow on Instagram, or go on my website and just fill in a quick inquiry form, and we can set you up with an online coaching program. It's going to be fully personalized to you with your own, like I say, your own training program and nutrition targets as well. And we'll get you set up, we'll get you working, we'll get you making real gains. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Take care. I'll see you soon.